Right. Mayuresh Joshi is with us from William O'Neill, who's with us. Mayuresh, good morning. Great to have you with us here. Appreciate it. One more global MNC here. What do you make of it? I don't know if you have given this a look for investors. Subscribe, not subscribe. What's your sense?
Morning, Prashant. No, I think the long-term investors can subscribe to this because I think the growth and potential of the consumer durable market in India is expected to grow at an exponential pace over the next few years. And therefore, I think as urban demand and semi-urban demand starts coming back slowly and steadily, amidst competition, obviously there is huge competition in this space as well. You've obviously got the likes of a Whirlpool as an example, Chroma, which probably also is opening stores as we speak, through their own brands as well. You've got Lloyd's played through Havells as well. And therefore, I think the market size itself for the organized sector can grow quite substantially. From a valuation perspective, again, at a discount compared to its larger peer as the juncture. And therefore, I think from a long-term view, I think it looks like a decent subscription that can probably take place. But from an immediate short-term perspective, how numbers will play out will hold key, not just for LG, for the other places.
All right. So what about the other players? Mayuresh, you did like a couple of these banking updates that came in yesterday. Anything specific that that caught your fancy?
Morning, Mangalam. No, so HDFC Bank, I think a decent update that has probably come through among the larger names. And therefore, I think the circumspect issue for large banks was how deposits will probably grow. They have grown decently. It probably seems that the CASA compression is now largely behind us. That seems to be the case, and Q3 will probably justify that even more. And therefore, I think as festivities start coming in, the kind of growth that one really expects, and again, having a measured check in terms of their other risk-weighted assets, I think that should probably keep a check in terms of asset quality issues as well, not just for HDFC Bank, for the banking sector as a whole. So I think a few of these larger banks did surprise us. But again, I think as a space, we still believe that NBFCs, the larger ones, can actually fare better over the next few quarters.
Your thoughts on Trent. Do you think the valuations are reasonable enough for you to look at it right now after the correction that we've seen? You believe second half will see better growth prospects than the first half?
That's the base case scenario, Mangalam. I think second half will probably bring about larger growth dynamics. And as you rightly mentioned, I think the management probably is very, very optimistic in terms of continuing its 25% growth rate. Obviously, I think how Zudio performs is going to be extremely critical for Trent's overall performance. And therefore, I think the store expansions become equally critical in terms of the overall dynamics for the company as well. From a valuation perspective, I think it's fairly valued even now. I think the markets give it the superior valuations because of the hyper growth that it probably posts compared to its competition. And therefore, the hope is that the second half will probably bring about a dynamic change as far as numbers are concerned. So we are definitely keeping this on our watch list. But what we continue owning within this space is something like a Vishal Mega Mart. Our belief is that the kind of numbers that can probably come through and the mix that Vishal Mega Mart probably has in terms of apparel, in terms of FMCG, the grocery part, the store placements, the expectations of rural discretionary spending coming back very, very strongly. Very strong updates from its peer, V-Mart Retail as well. Very, very similar business dynamics, a little bit of a difference in terms of margins and return ratios. However, I think these players can fare a tad bit better in my opinion. But yes, Trent is definitely on the list.
Okay, all right, Mayuresh, appreciate you joining in. Wishing you a good day ahead, and we look forward to having you on the show rather soon.